Good day, learners, distinguished students. In continuation of the learning we have started on quadratic equation, we proceed further with one other example today. We had established that an equation is said to be quadratic when the highest power of the unknown is 2. In the equation under consideration, which is 2s squared minus 3s plus 1 equals to 0, the highest power of the unknown is 2. What is the unknown in this case? It is x. So we have 2s squared, which is 2s raised to power 2. The s raised to power 2, the 2 there is the highest power, because in the other one, which is minus 3s, the power there is 1. Despite it's not written, because it's a convention that when the power is 1, which is s raised to power 1, it will not be written. The same thing, if it was y raised to power 1, it will not be written. B raised to power 1, it will not be written. So, but if it is otherwise, 2, 3, 4, 5, or minus 1, 0, minus 2, it will be written. So that is what it is. The highest power in this case is 2. So it is said to be a quadratic equation. Now we want to use method of factorization. Why are we choosing method of factorization? We are choosing method of factorization because we can get the factors of the coefficient of the unknown variable which has a power of 1. In this regard, the unknown variable whose power is 1 is x raised to power 1, and the coefficient is minus 3. We're looking for two factors when either sum or subtracted will give us minus 3. And in this case, we have minus 2x minus s. When it is summed together, it will give out minus 3s. Why are we choosing minus 2s minus s? Because when we choose minus 2s minus x, it will also give us minus 3s. But on the first side of it, when you move to the line immediately after using method of factorization written, you discover that the 2x and the 2s squared will have common factor. The factor is the 2s. When you say the factor, we're talking about factor, then the number that can divide 2s. In this case, 2s can divide 2s and to have 1. 2s squared can be divided by 2s and you have s. So we'll bring out the factor that is common to 2s squared minus 2s, which is 2s. And what is remaining if we divide 2s squared by 2s? X is remaining. We put that into the bracket. Then after that, we pick the sign following the minus 2s, which is minus. Put inside the bracket. Then 2s now divided by 2s, the 2s that is outside the bracket. Outside the bracket. What is, when we divide these 2s by the 2s outside the bracket, the 2s in the second line order consideration, by the 2s outside the bracket, we will have minus 1. We'll put inside the bracket and close the bracket. We come to the other side, remember, which is the minus s plus 1 in the second line under consideration. That is the line after using method of factorization as written. We now have what factor is common to minus s and plus 1. What can we use to divide minus 1x and divide plus x? It is minus 1. When you divide minus 1 by minus 1, what you have, minus 1s by minus 1, what you have is plus 1x. Then we divide plus 1 by minus 1, you have minus 1, which is equals to 0. Now you take the 2s outside the first bracket and take the minus 1 outside the second bracket. Put them together in one bracket to be 2s minus 1. Then you can choose the one written, you can choose any of the content inside of the two brackets because they're the same. The first bracket is s minus 1, the second bracket is s minus 1. So if you choose any one of them, you now have to put it side by side, the 2s minus 1 you made from the 2s minus 1 you picked out to make the first bracket, and the s minus 1 is equal to 0. Now, when you say 2s minus 1 into a bracket against another bracket, what it simply means is you are multiplying what is inside the first bracket against what is inside the second bracket. Now, if what you multiply gives 0, it means that what is inside one bracket may be what is 0, because when you multiply 0 by anything, that thing becomes 0, or it is what is inside the second bracket. Somebody may say I'm too fast, let me be a bit slow. So now we can now say either 2s minus 1 is equals to 0, from the first bracket, or s minus 1 is equal to 0 from the second bracket. So to get the value of s, it is now an equation, a linear equation, simple equation. You can now say from the first line of either 2s minus 1 equals to 0, you now move the minus 1 across the sign of equality. It will give us become 1. Divide both sides by 2. You have 2s divided by 2 equals to 1 divided by 2. S become half. Or using the second line of s minus 1 immediately after 2s minus 1 in the bracket against s minus 1 in the second bracket, what are we having? If either 2s minus 1 equals to 0 or s minus 1 equals to 0, we are dealing with now the part of it, the or s minus 1 equals to 0. Just move the minus 1 across the bracket, you have what? Plus 1, and that becomes the answer. The answer now is s is either equals to half or s equals to 1. You can your own check. When we do the checking, substituting 1 for s, you discover the answer it will give to us will be 3 minus 3, which is equals to 0. That is, put 1 into wherever you see as x in 2s squared minus 3s plus 1. You have 2 times 1 minus 3 plus 1 is equals to 0. 2 plus 1 minus 3 is equals to 0. 3 minus 3 equals to 0. The same thing when you substitute half for x, you get the same answer. The answer will still give us 0. So if that is not clear, you subscribe to our channel and present your questions. I will answer them. That's it is for free, so that every time we set out to answer issues of mathematics, you will have them. It's not only quadratic equation we're going to be dealing with. We're going to be dealing with all the mathematics that will help you in your junior high school and your senior high school and all through your secondary level, for those who use secondary level. So please, we expect you to subscribe and be a beneficiary for this for free.